Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, why not faith? Faith is something that we think of as having to do with religion, to do with prayer perhaps, or meditation, perhaps even yoga. However, I put it to you today that faith is something much simpler, much more at the bedrock of our lives, at the heart of our lives. When you wake up in the morning, whether you wake up in Colorado, under the sunny Colorado skies, or in Syria, in a smoky haze of bomb, you wake up on this earth. You're alive for another day. You have the sky above you and the earth below you. And if you live in Colorado Springs, you might hear a bluebird. Or if you live in East Longmont, you might see the blue heron flying over with its wings. We're very lucky in Colorado because nature provides a natural context to our lives. At the same time, I believe that faith goes even deeper than nature. I believe it's in our hearts. Our hearts echo. An old mentor of mine once said, "Loneliness is what we are full of." And this loneliness in our hearts looks into each other and we see our humanity. I think of people in my life. With some of those people I had very contentious relationships. And yet that's not what I remember. We have a saying in Scotland, remember the good things. And I remember my Auntie Maggie that I used to go visit at lunchtimes. And Auntie Maggie was my great Auntie Maggie. And she was a lovely, slender lady who lived in a house full of knickknacks that had not a speck of dust on them. And Auntie Maggie would make my lunches, and my parents always felt, well, Elaine's helping Auntie Maggie too, because Auntie Maggie is going to eat lunch. When I remember Auntie Maggie, here's what I remember. I said to her one time, "Your house has got so much stuff in it. How do you keep it clean?" And Auntie Maggie says to me, and these words live in my memory, "When I get low, I clean the house." And like, this works for me today. I might put on Elvis to clean the house, but to me there's some wisdom in that, and there's some humanity in the memory of Auntie Maggie. And somehow we touch each other without knowing it. I think of post-divorce, very bad transitional boyfriend. But the first thing this man ever said to me was, "I don't think you realize how wonderful you are." What do I remember? Do I remember 8 months of craziness? No. I remember, "I don't think you realize how wonderful you are." So what I'm saying is that our hearts are always open. And when we see each other, we might feel irritated. New roommate left the dryer on last night. Should I turn it off? Or should I not? So naturally I turned it off. But this morning when I got up, I turned it back on again because, hey, new roommate, the jury's still out. I think we give each other the benefit of the doubt. I like to think that we remember the good things. I like to think that we, as human beings, we touch each other. Loneliness is what we're full of. And because of that, we know how to live.
Wow. I'm so glad I came today. It was like a self